Hello everyone, welcome back to channel. I'm Sandhu. In today's session, I'll be taking you through the chapter Friction, which would cover chapter number 12 of class 8 NCERT. Have you ever tried to push a book across a table? It moves and then eventually stops. It is because force of friction. Now, what is friction? It is a force between two surfaces that are sliding or trying to slide across each other. Friction always opposes the motion of an object. The amount of friction depends on the material of the surfaces which are they made up of. In simple words, we can say friction always opposes the motion of an object, or the opposing force applying on an object is known as friction. When we apply force on a body, then the force and the motion will be in same direction, but friction is acting on the contact surface of the body and the ground. Now, coming to the characteristics of friction. Friction between two surfaces acts only when the bodies are in contact with each other, and when the bodies have a physical contact with each other, that are known as contact force. Friction always opposes the motion of the body. It means if we stop idling in a cycle after few times, the cycle would be stopped, and the cycle would be stopped just due to friction only. Friction is directly proportional to the roughness in surface. So we can say that more the surface will be rougher, the more would be the friction. To reduce the amount of friction acting on any body, we have to make the surface smoother, by which the friction acting on that body would be reduced automatically. Every object has a rough surface, though with the help of naked eyes we can see the object is very smooth, but when we see with the help of microscope we can see some tiny hills in every object, and these type of tiny hills are known as irregularities of the object. The interlocking of an object opposes the motion of one object over the other, and it causes friction. You can see in the diagram, when one surface is placed on another, it would resist to move the upper box because there are some irregularities in their surface. The resistance is what we experience is the friction. As we increases the force on the blocks begins to slide, the irregularities rub over each other to produce further friction and produces more heat also. Now, let's discuss the nature of surfaces on which friction depends. Suppose you are rolling a cylinder from a ramp and the surface of ramp is rough. The cylinder would not go for a long distance, but if the ramp is smooth in surface, the cylinder would cover a long distance. It depends on the roughness or smoothness of these surfaces. That means the degree of roughness or the degree of smoothness affects the magnitude of the friction. If two floors are of different nature, one is smooth and other is rough, as shown in diagram, a rough surface, owing its greater difficulties, it would oppose the motion of roller, but in case of smooth surface, it would help the roller to go for a long distance. Now coming to the next topic, force pressing the surface together. Other than nature, there is one more factor that affects friction, and that is the magnitude of friction. It is the magnitude of the force applied to join the two surfaces of their point of contact. The greater the force, the greater the friction would be produced. This is because a greater force also increases the extent of interlocking between the two surfaces, hereby increasing the friction. In the given example, one block has less friction while two blocks have more friction because of more weight pressing the blocks on the floor. Friction is independent of the area of contact between two surfaces. If we have three blocks with same weight but different area of contact with floor, when we try to move them, all the three produces the same friction. This is because when the area increases, the pressure exerted between the surface decreases. You can make this concept clear by watching the last video on force and pressure. Now, Coming to the next topic, that is types of friction. We already have seen that friction is caused due to interlocking between irregularities seen on all surfaces. Based on the nature of these interlocking, we can divide friction into three types, that is static friction, sliding friction, and third one is rolling friction. Static friction. The force of friction between surfaces in contact but not in motion. More interlocking between the surfaces than in sliding and in rolling friction, as the objects are at rest in this type of friction, and the highest amount of friction out of the three types is produced in static friction. Now coming to sliding friction, the force of friction between surfaces when an object slides over a surface. Less interlocking between surfaces than in static friction. Less friction is produced than in static friction, but more than in rolling friction. Now coming to rolling friction, the force of friction between surfaces when an object rolls freely over a surface. The least interlocking between surfaces even lower than in sliding friction. The least friction is produced among the three types. Now let's have a common example for all these three types of friction: static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. Suppose you are trying to move a suitcase from rest. The static friction would be higher in this case since the surface have interlocked due to greater extent. Once the suitcase starts sliding, the surface being in motion do not get enough time to interlock well. Hence, sliding friction is less when they were at rest. When the suitcase is moved over a surface using wheels, different parts of wheels touch the surface at different times. The time for interlocking between the surface is least. So is the amount of friction. Friction, a necessary evil. Friction causes a lot of losses in general upkeep and wear and tear of machinery. Hence, it is considered as an evil. But almost all crucial tasks cannot be carried out without the presence of friction. Basic activities like walking, writing on a surface are possible due to the friction. Hence, it is considered as a necessary evil. Here are some examples where friction is desirable in our daily lives. Friction between our shoes and floor stops us from sleeping down. That's why we are able to walk on floor. Friction between tires and road stop car from skidding. Only because of that we can drive a car on road. We can hold a pen in our hand just because of friction. Now, as friction is very important in our life, so in some cases we need to increase friction. And how and why we should increase friction? Firstly, coming to the first question, why we should increase friction? We can justify why with these three bullet points. Let me come to first. To increase grip. Grooves on tire increase grip on the road by making the contact surface together. Next one is to slow down a moving body. In some cases, we need to slow down a moving body and we need to slow the speed of that body. The second point is to slow down a moving body. When we are driving a car and we saw some boy or girl crossing the road, so we have to stop our car by applying brakes on it. And the third point is to generate more heat. The harder we rub our palms together, the more the heat would be generated. Now, how we could increase friction? First point is to increase the friction is we can make the contact surfaces rougher. And the second way is we can press the surface harder together. Now, this was all about to increase friction, but in some cases friction is undesirable. In some cases, friction proves undesirable for us. To push heavy objects, it is very difficult for us. Friction between machine parts can cause the machine parts to wear and tear. By walking, the wearing out of shoes can happen. Due to friction, in brakes of car, they can be overheated. So, to reduce wear and tear, to keep a body in motion and to generate less heat, we need to decrease friction. Hence, here are some methods by which we can decrease friction. Now, we are going to explain decreasing friction when undesirable in same way that how we can decrease friction when undesirable and why we should decrease friction when it is undesirable. Now first coming to why we should decrease friction. The first point is to reduce wear and tear. The second point is to keep a body in motion. The third point is to generate less heat. Now, how we could decrease friction? By smoothing the contact surface. By polishing the surface of piston, it can smooth the contact surface and it can reduce friction. The second point is fill in the irregularities using lubricants. Adding a lubricant fills up the irregularity to reduce friction and thereby wear and tear. And the third and the last point how we could decrease friction is by using rollers or wheels, ball bearings. Ball bearings reduce friction by converting sliding friction into rolling friction. Now coming to fluid friction. Till now we have seen example of friction between solid and surfaces. Fluids like liquid and gases also exerts a force of friction on objects moving through them. Friction in fluids is called drag. For example, when an object moves in water, the layer of water in contact with the object surface resists the motion of the object. Similar to friction in solids, this happens both for objects partially submerged and for those fully submerged in a fluid. Now, our next topic is friction or factors affecting drag. There are three factors which affects drag. The first one is shape of the object. Objects of different shapes move through a fluid in different ways. The layers of the fluid around the object flow differently. Now coming to the point that how the shape of an object affects the drag. Objects of different shapes move through a fluid in different ways. The layer of fluid around the object flow differently. It leads to change in the amount of friction it experiences. The second point is thickness of the fluid. It takes more effort for an object to move through a thicker fluid than a thinner one. The third point is speed of the object. It takes more of effort for an object to move faster through a fluid. Now, our next topic is streamlined shape or streamlined bodies. Streamlined body is a shape that lowers the friction drag between a fluid like air and water. Many animals such as birds and dolphins and many machines such as airplane and submarines have streamlined bodies to reduce friction drag as they move through water and air. Now it's time for the keywords of this chapter. Here are some keywords for this chapter. First one is irregularities. What are irregularities? The uneven parts of every surface that interlock causing friction. The second one is interlocking. Two or more objects having parts that overlap or fit together. Third one is lubricant. A substance such as oil or grease used for reducing friction is known as lubricant. And if comment, share and subscribe to the channel M Sandhu, and please comment if you have any doubt in this video. We will keep bringing these type of educational video in future for you. Thank you for watching this video.